Blue Chicken is a relatively up-tempo shuffle in the key of D, and we're going to use hybrid grip picking both in open position and further up the neck for the head. For the solo, we're going to start off using just the minor pentatonic scale, but shifting one note when we get to the 4 chord, and we'll use that both in the closed and the open position. Then we'll ramp things up a bit by using some 13th chord hits. And finally, we'll stay in the open position and use some hybrid grip picking in the soloing, doing some triplet pull-offs. So first, let's check out how the head goes. This tune is a pretty straightforward 12-bar blues in D. One of the only differences being that when you get to the 5 chord, you sit on the 5 for 2 bars and go straight back to the 1, instead of doing the more typical 5 to 4 to 1 move. The melody gets played twice, first in open position, down here, and then up here in closed position, but the melody is basically the same each time, just up an octave. It opens with double stops, and I'm playing them with a hybrid grip. I've got my pick on the 4th string, and then middle finger on the 3rd string, and ring finger on the 2nd string. It's a little easier to hear if you check out what's going on. If you just remove this note here on the B string, and look at what the middle finger and the pick are doing, you just have this. So we're coming down a D blues scale, picking, pull off, and then the pick and the finger work these 2 strings, pull off, and then the pick and middle finger come down a set of strings. So I'm picking these like that with a little bit of a bend, a quarter step bend on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Now meanwhile, all that's happening up here is this note, left hand pinky staying on the 3rd fret of the B string, and the the ring finger keeps picking the B string. And the deal is basically, as long as you're playing a note on the 3rd string with your middle finger, anytime you're on that string and anytime you're actually picking as opposed to hammering off or pulling on, the ring finger on the B string comes along for the ride. So it's really just a couple of times, 3 times I guess. And then that whole phrase repeats, and only it's cut a little bit short, with a slide at the end. Then it's on to the phrase over the G chord, which is built out of this shape, which is really, if you look at a G chord, we're grabbing the 3rd, and then we're putting the 7th in on the 4th string, the 7th of the chord, and then playing the open G string. The lick goes like this. There it is. It's easy to block that string off with the middle finger if you're not careful, like I just did.